There was once a man who owned a small but rather lovely garden. He had inherited it, you see, and spent his weekends tending to its needs with a sort of absent-minded duty. He would pull the weeds, he would water the soil, he would prune the roses, all the while sighing a most tremendous sigh. He dreamed, quite vividly, of owning a magnificent sprawling park. He imagined grand fountains. He imagined ancient trees whispering to the wind. He imagined endless beds of exotic flowers from glossy magazines, his own little patch, familiar daisies. Slightly stubborn lavender seemed utterly unremarkable by comparison. It felt like a placeholder for the life he thought he should be living. He would sit on his small wooden bench, the very one his grandfather had built, and scroll images of famous botanical gardens on his phone. "Ah, now that's a garden," he would mutter, oblivious to the scent of jasmine climbing the trellis behind him. His days were a low hum of dissatisfaction for what was, and a powerful, painful longing for what was not. He wished for beauty. The antidote to this endless cycle of wanting and adapting is a concept that has been lauded by philosophers and sages for millennia: gratitude. Gratitude is not simply about saying thank you. It is the conscious and deliberate practice of noticing the good that is already present. It is an active process, a form of mental training. It involves intentionally pulling the familiar everyday gifts from the background into the foreground. It is the act of looking at your slightly lumpy, wonderfully comfortable armchair and thinking, "I'm genuinely glad to have this chair." It is the art of seeing the good that is, rather than forever chasing the better that might be. This practice directly counters the hedonic treadmill. By repeatedly and consciously appreciating what we have, we can prevent it from becoming invisible. It's like polishing a silver cup. Left alone, it tarnishes and fades into the background, but with regular attention, it continues to shine. A simple daily habit of mentally listing 3 things one is grateful for: the taste of a morning coffee, to warmth of the sun, a kind word from a stranger, can, over time, rewire the brain to notice the positive. It shifts the focus from what is missing to what is present, transforming the landscape of our daily experience without changing a single external circumstance. The same is true for love. In pursuit of this ideal, we may overlook the very real love that already surrounds us. The story of the gardener need not end in perpetual dissatisfaction. Imagine if one day he decided to perform a small experiment. Instead of dreaming of other gardens, he chose to look at his own as if for the first time. He might walk its small perimeter slowly, not as a warden making his rounds, but as a curious visitor. He might notice, truly notice, the intricate velvety texture of a single rose petal. He might observe the way the sunlight filters through the leaves of the apple tree, creating dancing patterns on the grass. He might finally hear the cheerful industry of the bees busily working among the lavender he had always found so stubborn. In doing so, he would not be changing the garden itself. The daisies would still be daisies, the bench still old and wooden, but he would be changing his relationship to it. By choosing to pay attention, by offering his awareness as a gift to the present moment, he would begin to see what his neighbors saw all along: a place of quiet, unassuming beauty, a sanctuary. The very things he had been wishing for had been there all the time, waiting patiently for him to stop looking past them.